Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. Another brand new day where, with little Dr. Snurf here, little Cookie, little hamster of the hamster band, Cookies and Cream. So he's a sweetie, but I was digging him up out of his cage, woke him up, but I do my best to not scare him to death. But I woke him up, and now here he is, because he's a sweetie, and I love my hamsters, and I love showing them off because they're so beautiful, and they're awesome creatures, and I love them to pieces. So this is little Dr. Snurf, and now I'm going to put him back in his cage so he can go back to sleep, because he's a sweetheart. Here we go, little guy. Right back into your nest, and then I'll bring the lid back over so that it's dark, and you can go back to sleep. Yay! I love hamsters so much. And while if you've watched my stuff for any length of time, you know this. Greetings and welcome to all sorts of new people. I don't know how many people are actually watching, and my webcam is just, oh my god. This is like 14 frames per second. This is terrible. So I'm very sorry if today's video looks awful, and I'm sure it probably does, ugh. But still, gotta do what you gotta do. And I can't get myself centered. My chair is at an angle to the camera. My back is at a different angle to the chair. My spine is a mess today. Thumbs up. First off, as well, thank you all. Here's my latest doodle. Instead of a phrase or such to say any such thing. I can't think of anything this morning. I've only been up less than an hour. So I did this because very, very kind and wonderful people have been just pushing, and I've gotten a whole bunch of new subscribers, a whole bunch of new followers on Twitter. Thank you, each and every one of you, those that happen to be coming over and watching. I don't know how many of you are going to do that, but thank you all so very, very much. Now, of course, I'm worried because there's going to be the inevitable disappointment period where I'm going to disappoint quite a few people, where either I do too much of one thing or I don't do enough of another thing, or what you saw in the video that you really like, you don't see enough of. Some people are going to be like, whoa, and just be down with it no matter what. Other people, inevitable disappointment. It's human. It's life. I'm not disappointed. I mean, that's what happens. You get a flux of people inward, and then you keep those that are actually interested, and you lose those that may have good hearts, but when they show up and finally take a look and start looking around, they go, oh, not quite what I thought. Wonderful stuff, just not quite what I thought. Not exactly for me. Thank you very much, but goodbye. And that's fine. That's human. We all like different stuff, and if we all like the same things, it'd be a terrible world. It'd be a terrible place. I mean, after all, it's the heart of what people are that is the old-time phrases like, one man's meat is another man's poison. Yeah, what one person really likes, another person is gonna hate. We're contrary creatures. We are just naturally stubborn in so many ways, which is amazing because we are also we have been socially evolved with our things that we do and how we deal with people, that we have certain things that are built into our heads because we are social creatures now. I mean, we have inherent trust in others. It is inherent in you to trust others. You may not have that as you get older. Guess what? Culture and family and all this teaches you on top of how you come out naturally into the world. So you come out naturally trusting. Culture and family and society teaches you on top of that. But we're naturally trusting, and it's just human. And there's nothing wrong with being human. I'm human. I am a contradictory mess, but then that's why I subscribe to the old Walt Whitman poem. I guess it's a poem. I've tried to look and see if there's more, but it's actually, I don't even know if it's a poem, but he says, or said, you know, since he's like long dead, but it's, do I contradict myself? Very well then. I contradict myself. I am large. I contain multitudes. That is so essentially human. Right there. I mean, that is like human beings in a nutshell. But then that, of course, is just bumper sticker philosophy, where if it doesn't fit on a bumper sticker, it ain't philosophy. That's like meme format for information, like when you get these picto facts on Cracked and all that, and other sites. They're not the only one that does that. But it's info in a meme format where you get a little bit of text and then a big graphic. That's just bumper sticker philosophy. It's just got a bigger spot for more pictures on it. And it's fine. I mean, it's human to try and compress things down into little bite-sized pieces. Now, one thing I was watching and I wanted to quickly talk about, I didn't get to watch the whole video, but there's this one person talking about authorial intent, and I couldn't ever tell exactly what it's like, death of the author, but it's a big video on interpretation of work, because there's huge scholarly things. There's like what the author intended and what the author really wrote. I mean, as they were pointing out, and is true, Tolkien hated allegory. He hated allegories. When you tried to say his book was about World War I or World War II, he would say, no, it is about these little hobbits and this, and it has nothing to do with anything. You people are crazy. There are no allegories. I hate allegories. They aren't in there. But if you look at it, no matter what he said, it is a damned good allegory all the way through from beginning to end about World War I and World War II. So there's authorial intent, what the author intended to say in their book, and then there's what everybody else can interpret as, well, you may have said that this is what it is, but this is what we see in it. But we're talking in this video about J.K. Rowling and how she used to be like authorial intent, and well, not authorial intent, it was all these fan writers, she would say, you people are writing fan fiction, great, and then people were interpreting his stuff and it was great. And now she doesn't. She's gone through and is continuously tweeting and retweeting and changing the canon of the story well over a decade after the story's written. So what do? Now she's not a fan fiction, an alternative thought of the story believer. She's an authorial intent. What I say is what the story is, instead of here's how you might interpret it. And there's a big fight. Is this good or bad? Because after all, and they say books, but it's for any creative content. Like for me, the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. I've made actually a small video about this, where for me, the movie Castaway is not a story about a guy who crash lands on a plane on a desert island and then tries in a little adventure tale to escape with his life. No, the movie Castaway is about addiction. This was an allegory, a complete story. That was not a guy that crash landed on an island. That was a guy, he death spiraled into his addiction. And when you death spiral into an addiction, you are trapped and alone on a place. Everything that happened to him, from losing teeth to losing weight to being sick, that's what happens when you're an addict. And when you're alone, that's what happens when you're an addict. And when he fought his way off the island at the end on that raft, and he had Wilson, that's what you do as an addict. It's a fight to escape, and you need help. All the way through, it was an allegory of addiction and recovery for this guy. It wasn't about a story about a guy who crash lands on an island. It was a story about addiction and how terrible it is, and this one person's struggle and escape from it. Authorial intent it's about a guy that crash lands on an island. But more than authorial intent, what you can bring out of that, hokey smokes, is it open to so much. So what is the intent of the author versus your interpretation of the book? Which one's right? After all, Anne Rice used to hunt down and kill people that did fan fiction for her works. Now, she's okay with that. Authorial intent. What she wrote in the beginning was what she meant, and if you said anything against that, it was wrong. Now, by embracing fan fiction, it's more how you interpret it. So which is correct? Which is incorrect? Is either one incorrect? And what does this mean with J.K. Rowling continuously going through and changing her story that she wrote 20 years ago? I don't know. But going back to the first part of the video, for everybody that came along and saw my little peep stuff, and well, welcome to my vlog. I do reactions every single day. Well, I try to do them every single day. I am recovering from grief and more. I have been depressed all of my life. My wife of 12 years died after dying in front of my eyes, in front of my ears too, yeah, but in front of my eyes during 10 of those 12 years before dying in a hospital bed in my living room in front of my eyes. So I'm recovering from a lot of things, and part of my recovery is doing reaction videos. And yeah, I've reacted to 3 little peep videos, and I certainly hope to react to many, many more in the future. I really liked his voice. He's one of those that I wish, well, there's a lot of people, I mean, I liked his voice a lot. It's just there's something about the way his voice sounded that clicks inside me, and that's a good thing. I also liked other creative artists like XXXTentacion. He had a rocky start to his life and career, but he's starting to turn his life around. And then he was murdered. So he had a problematic life, but he was changing that, and it didn't matter anymore, and now he's gone. And that's awful too, because I liked his work. I hate the fact that people die. I hate that we lose anybody at all. Of course, I hate that we lose things as well. I wish we had, you know, if the many worlds interpretation of quantum theory is correct, then there are an infinite number of universes being spawned every femtosecond, because of every decision from the micro to the macro spawns a new universe. And every atomic particle in the universe has a infinite number of decisions it could make at every femtosecond. So there are a ridiculous number of universes being spawned at a ridiculous rate. And the thing is, mathematically, all of those universal creations, it's fine. It works in the math. The many worlds interpretation is being more and more readily accepted by more and more quantum mechanics. You know, quantum engineering. Remember, I've been up only less than an hour. People that, if you say you understand quantum mechanics, you're lying. People don't. But the people that study the quantum level stuff are working hard on this, that being the point. Ugh. So, yeah, there's an infinite number of universes and an infinite stuff. It's like if we could just snapshot each second of time and then store these in a separate but accessible universe where you go, gosh, I need to go back and check out what happened at this place and this time at this date, and then just enter that snapshot. Be nice. I hate losing things, and I mean buildings and thoughts, everything. What can you say? Oh, there was something I had tweeted or made a message about. It was about old things and things that are forgotten. Yes, somebody had sent along an old comic book page on my Twitter about Wally Wood, and I said, gosh, you know, all these names that all of our modern art is built on, comic modern art, like Basil Wolverton and Bernie Wrightson, Wally Wood, all these people, nobody knows these names anymore. Do you know who Harvey Kurtzman is? He was a very important guy. He started something that was amazing, Mad Magazine. Do you even know the name? If it hadn't been for Harvey Kurtzman, our face of our culture would be different. But do you even know his name? I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. My hand gestures mean nothing. I just like to move my hands, especially since this one was, I severed my radial nerve and my hand was dead, and it was dead. And now that the nerves are here, moving it is nice. So when I'm doing hand gestures, it's just because there's muscle pressure and tension, and I can feel that, and it feels nice. So when I go like, here's this, it's just because muscle tension on my fingers and hands. That's all. I can feel everything pulling, so I go like that. Nice. Anyway though, I'm going to go through thank 20 to 25 people. It is arranged because I'm counting in American Sign Language, but I got fibro and more. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. My sincere apologies. And I'm not reading the comments right now. In fact, I'm doing that one again. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to go through and thank everybody. Yeah, I'm going to answer as many as I can. Thumbs up each one I read, but I'm just, yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm calling it my Chrome now. We have, oh my gosh, Kill Illuminated Dawn 2012. Thank you very, very much. And Neafara's, I sure hope I'm close, Videography. Thank you very, very much. And Arctic Duck. Thank you. Al Harrington, greatly appreciated. Conspo Lopez, thank you very, very much. Mandrew Bryan, thank you very, very much. New Dude, greatly appreciated. Reaper YT, thumbs up. Grace Floofers, I like that name anyway. And then there is Smith. How about that? Lenny Lynch, greatly appreciated. Lotus, thumbs up and thank you. Pandora NYC1, greatly appreciated. The Creeping Demon, I like the name, thank you very much. Thomas McDermott, greatly appreciated. And M, there is Darius Chris, greatly appreciated. Jason Richardson, thumbs up and thank you. Nolan Masarello, I sure hope I'm close, thank you very, very much. And Carter Hurt, thumbs up. Tumundo Hardcore, greatly appreciated. Cringed Client, thumbs up and thank you. The Big Butt Sucker, nice name. Grace McQuirter, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Crimson Incorporated, greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. I was diagnosed with depression when I was 22 years old while still in the Air Force. I've been mildly treated, but all those decade that I was actually taking antidepressants, I was also drinking heavily through them, which negates that and more. I mean, they say on the package, do not drink alcohol while taking this product. So toward the end, I just stopped taking the product because I didn't want to hurt myself, but I wanted to drink. So my depression has been largely untreated, and then everything on top of that has been a mess. I've been going to therapy this last year. I have been waking up, literally waking up. I am more awake right now. My brain works better than it has worked in 30 years. And it barely works now. So thank you all, each and every one of you. It is because of you and this channel that my brain is working better. Greatly appreciated. And if you can check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. Almost forgotten, there's only 4. I'm going to start my blog soon. Promise. But if you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or donate to my, or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I really don't want to be homeless, and if you could help, that would be very, very good. The government's taking a lot of money out of my paychecks the next 3 months. If you could help, that would be awesome. But if you do not donate, or you cannot donate, I take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. Thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Yes, I both talk with my hands because I'm an Italian. I'm not Italian. I don't know what my genetic background is. And it's just the feelings. I like moving my hands because I can feel it. Again. So I'm going to try to have a reaction video today. I don't know why I just put it up there. And I'm going to hopefully have a game video for my game channel, hopefully a game video for this channel. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. And I am over my allotted 20 minutes of length there. Now I'm going to take this time I'm going over out of my life.